Hey everyone, thanks for tuning in. My name is Lucy, and today we are making a summer dish I used to make with my grandmother when I was a little girl. It's one of my favorite dishes that I've always loved, and especially in the summertime with fresh squash. So it starts with bacon. Of course, bacon make it better. So I just got a few pieces of bacon and I fried those, and then while they were frying, I also had me some green onions. Now, with this meal, it takes about 2 full stalks of green onions. Clean them, cut off the ends, and chop them up into pieces. And then you're going to put those green onions inside of this bacon grease after you take out the bacon, okay? So I'm going to remove the bacon, and then I'm going to add the green onions. And I'm going to also, after I add the green onions, I'm going to add the squash and let that cook until it softens. And then we're going to put them all together. Add a little garlic, salt, pepper, green garlic powder, onion powder, a little butter, and eggs, and some cheese. The cheese is optional, okay? But if you like, I like the cheese on it. My grandmother didn't make it with the cheese, so I did half cheese and half not. So here we go. I took out all of the bacon, which now leaves only the bacon grease. Yes, trust me, it's going to go a long way. So right here, I'm going to add the fresh summer squash. This was only one squash. I had 2, but I figured one was going to be enough. So I cleaned it. I cut it into circles and halves. And then I just put it in that grease and I let it get soft for about, I want to say I cooked this for about 3 to 5 minutes. And then I added just a little salt and pepper, garlic powder, and onion powder on it. I really love this dish because I love going back to childhood, and especially in the summertime, my grandmother and I spent a lot of time in her garden. I wasn't the type of child that liked to get dirty or play in the dirt or make mud pies. I didn't like dolls or anything like that. And so when my grandmother wanted to garden, anything she was interested in, I loved to do. And so when she wanted to start teaching me about gardening because she wanted me to learn everything she knew, I was excited to learn it, and I was excited to do it with her every summer. And so she would plant the seeds, she would pull the soil, she would water the ground, and I loved to do that because it was also fun. So right here, I miss those days. I love those memories, and I'm so glad that she taught me so much growing up. And now I get to get this experience with my grandkids. I don't have a garden, but I look forward to having one really soon. All right, so we're gonna crack 2 eggs. Okay, so after I cracked the 2 eggs, I put a little salt and pepper in the eggs, and that's all, just a little bit. And then I stirred that, mixed it together, and I continued to let the squash, just take I guess I want to say like a spa in that bacon butter, honey. I'm gonna call it the bacon butter. So yeah, I let that go ahead, and while it's cooking in there, it's gonna tenderize that squash, y'all. I can eat this squash just like this, out of the bacon butter, out of the bacon butter, and into a bowl, or with like a little onions and the bacon on top, of just the squash by itself. I love summer squash. I can eat it all year long, and it's always in the grocery stores. I don't think a lot of people like squash. Do you like squash? I love squash. My favorite vegetable is potatoes, broccoli, and then squash. I can eat a potato any kind of way. I love them. But so after I let this cook down in the bacon butter, which smells so good, and I want y'all to try this. If you try it, let me know. And whether you put the cheese or you didn't put the cheese, let me know how did y'all try it. And even if you want to tweak it, okay? It's your kitchen. It's your taste buds. Cook it how you like, what you feel, and do it to your liking, okay? So at this point, I stirred the egg, and then I poured that in. It's only 2 eggs. I poured those over the squash. No, I didn't. Back this thing up. I flipped the squash, and then I added the eggs afterwards with the onions, okay? So let's just see what I'm doing right here, honey, because baby, I sped this video up so fast, and it's still taking its time. So we're going to set the squash to the side, okay? Stay with me. We got this. And we'll get better on down the road. I've just, I'm getting the hang of these voiceovers. But I like voiceovers. And I see that you all like voiceovers as well. So I'm going to be doing more voiceovers, okay?
All right, so we're gonna add the green onions. I love green onions, y'all. This was two sets of green onions. At the store, they're like 88 cents each, so I bought two. So I washed them, cut off the ends, and then just chopped them in pieces. And then I just set this in there. And when I tell you the smell of bacon grease, I call it bacon butter. Bacon, oh goodness, with these green onions. And you just let it cook down. Y'all, I don't know about y'all, but I be in a whole nother world. When it's cooking, it's like my therapy. I be in somewhere else. I be transitioned over here, over there. No, I be in my food. The smells, those smells bring back memories of childhood when I was sitting in the kitchen at the table watching my grandmother cook. And then she'll call me over to the stove. She's like, come here, baby. Come here, let me show you something. Come here so you can see what I'm doing. Yes, ma'am, grandmama. That's all I would say. Yes, ma'am, grandmama. I love her. I miss her so much. Tell me in the comments some of the things that you did with your grandmother growing up. If you are not, if you don't have your grandmother, never met your grandmother, what have you, tell me some things that you do with your mom and, what y'all cook. Some things that you remember if you don't have your mom that y'all would cook together. And those smells bring back, those memories to you. So I added the egg. I added some butter. Y'all, I'm so ready to add the egg. I'm just telling y'all. I added a little butter, and then I added the squash back to it. I poured those 2 eggs on top of that. I'm only going to move this around just a little bit once the eggs start to cook. I'm just going to move it around because the steam is also cooking this as well, you all. So I'm not doing a hard fry or a fast fry. I'm letting it slowly cook and also steam as well, okay? So I just put a little bit of garlic on it, fresh garlic, just a little bit, not much, because I definitely don't want that to overpower the taste. I want to keep the freshness of the green onions and the fresh squash, okay? Now I got some Velveeta shredded original cheese. Velveeta is my cheese. I love it. I'm just not getting on that Munster cheese, and I also love Gouda, and I like pepper jack, and I like Swiss. I'm not a mozzarella big fan. I just am not a big mozzarella fan. But in this, I just did some Velveeta cheese. Sometimes I do add Gouda, but this time I didn't. I just kept it basic with the Velveeta. I did some shredded, and I did some that I cut up some from the that big brick that looked like the government cheese that they upgraded. Yeah, they just upgraded, made it a little softer. That's definitely government cheese in that brown box. If you know, you know. Come on, free lunch. Powder milk. Come on. Y'all mom used to have that box coming in the house. Get everything got separated. Add it with the grocery. Oh, yep. I ain't the only one. I know I'm not. There was too many of us at that free line, in that line. Too many of us. So I know it wasn't only me and my family and my 16 cousins holding hands, walking down the street to the school to get the free lunch. And then I chopped up the bacon on top. I just broke it in pieces, set it on top, and let that sit, let that simmer. And baby, it was time to pull up a seat so we can eat. I love that part. That's my favorite part after I get done cooking. I like to pull up a seat so we can eat. Party on down to the Avis Beach. Just kick it. Pull up a seat so we can eat. Pull up a seat so we can eat. Ooh, wee. Yeah, that looks so good. Oh, so good. Y'all could have smelled it. I wish we had smell-o-vision, smell-o-phone, because it smelled so good, y'all. I was so ready to eat. I was going to eat it out the pot, but I got a question for y'all. Do y'all cook with the same utensils y'all eat with? Because I don't do that. I think that's not clean. I don't like that. I don't like to see people use the utensils that they eat with to cook with. You know what I'm talking about? Like, I don't do it. I'm for real. If somebody is cooking at my house, they know how I am with it. And if I see them use them, anyway. So, yeah. I got me some Milo's tea. That's my favorite tea. I love Milo's tea. Plug to Milo's because I'm always shouting them out. But, okay. And then here is the food, and y'all, I'm about to eat, and I'm gonna sit down with y'all, and I'm gonna have a chit with y'all. I hope that you all enjoyed this video. I know it was probably a little longer than I expected because I rambled a little bit because I was enjoying talking to y'all. I want to say thank you to those that support me. If you're watching on YouTube, you're my purchase cargo. If you subscribe, please subscribe. I appreciate it so much. It helps me. I'm really trying to grow. I'm working hard. I'm getting consistent. I'm being consistent. All right. Thank you all so much for watching. I appreciate each and every one. And so I'm gonna go ahead and plate up my food. This isn't something that you like plate up like, oh, I want it to be pretty and cute. I mean, you can, but listen, T Kitten was hungry. I bet y'all say, baby, she Lucy, she Avis, she T Kitten. It just depends on, but they're all me. They're me. But yeah, this, I didn't really plate it up. I just put it on the plate because I was ready to eat. So this is the meal. It could be like a side dish for any meal. I could say breakfast, dinner, lunch. I can eat this any time of the day. Any time of the day. It's so good. All right. See you in a minute. When I tell y'all this is so good. My grandmother used to make this when I was a little girl. She didn't add cheese to hers, but as I grew, I would add cheese to mine. So in the summertime, I used to garden with my grandmother. I used to go in the garden with her and garden. When I purchased me a home, the first thing I'm gonna do in my backyard is garden, get me an area for my garden, get me an area for my grandkids to have a trampoline, and get me a peace praying area. So here's the meal. And I didn't play it really well. I just put it on my plate because I really wanted to try this when I missed my grandmother in the summertime. I like to make this meal. It just brings back memories of her and I being in the garden all summer long. And then we go inside and kind of cook up or get the vegetables canned from what she harvests. So this is a meal tribute to my grandmother. I'm just missing her. And I don't know what she called this, but baby, I loved it. So Lord, thank you for the food that I'm about to receive, making nourishment to my body, remove all impurities, Father God. I ask that you cover, keep those that are watching, Lord Jesus, that are watching me on today, Father God. Remove anything that they're worried about, Father God. Allow them to push through and understand that they only have to have faith, trust you, and believe in you, Father God, and know that you are real. In your name, Jesus, I pray. Amen, amen, amen. Pull up a seat so we can eat. That was with the cheese. And I always save me a piece of bacon. All right, and this is without the eggs. Mmm. Mmm. It's fresh. The green onions, the freshness from it, the summer squash, the cleanliness, the little bite, because I only sauteed them down in that bacon fat. The bacon gives that crunch, a great mouthfeel. And then season it but with a little salt, pepper, garlic powder, and onion powder, and some Velveeta cheese, and 2 scrambled eggs. 2 eggs, that's it. The cheese is optional. You can have this for breakfast, lunch, dinner, as a side. Have y'all ever had this? Okay, I'm gonna have to ask my mom that my grandmother have a name for this because I don't recall a name for it. I'm just calling my grandmama meal. She taught me so much. And when I'm missing her, I like to cook things that she taught me how to cook. I saw some green onions at the store, and I was like, hey grandma, whenever I see green onions and pearls, I love pearls. That's my grandmother's favorite thing, so I buy pearls. Anything with pearls on it, y'all probably see me wear a lot of pearls. If they have pearls, it's for this girl. When I get my P.O. box, anything with pearls. so good. If you try this, let me know. I'll have all the ingredients down below. Let me go get me a chow. I'm gonna sit down and finish this with y'all. Hold on. Hold on. Y'all, it's so good. I don't know what to tell you, but to try. Definitely try. I said I was gonna be more consistent with my videos. A lot of times I wouldn't come live or even do a video because I'm like, as y'all know, I have my 3 grandkids. They're 4, 3, and 2. And I call it remothering. If there are any grandparents out there that have custody of your grandkids, comment below, let me know. Or they make a group. Because sometimes I be like, baby, is there anybody else out there? And it got to be somebody else doing this besides me. I know it is. Where y'all at? We need to help each other. But I'm throwing everything in. I'm gonna do a video. If I'm dressed, I'm dressed. If I'm tired, I'm tired. But if I want to create a video, I'm just gonna do it. So accept me for who I am or keep on scrolling. Y'all, it's so good. The onions and the squash. I wish I could just try it. Big wheels keep on turning. Proud mirror keep on running. And we're rolling, rolling, rolling in the river. Alright, y'all, let me finish this up. No matter what you're going through, no matter what you're dealing with, go through it. Trust the process. You're not the only one. We're all dealing with something. We're all going through something. Find something that you love to do, you enjoy doing, and don't let no one discourage you. Don't let no one talk you out of it. Trust the process. You have the vision. Do it. Do it afraid. Do it alone. Do it scared. Do it when nobody's watching. Do it while someone is watching. You never know where your blessing may come from. Trust God. He'll send people to you to bless you in ways that you don't even understand. And all you can do is say thank you. And pay it forward. Don't always be a taker. Remember to give back. Help others. Alright? Well, you know how we I let you all go. And if you know, stay along with me. You ready? You ready? You ready? Until the next time I hit this. I don't want to talk with food in my mouth. Hold on. Until the next time I hit this record button with the window that separates us. I love you. I care about you. And there's nothing you can do about it. See you next time. Lucy, and I'm out. Take care. And remember, you matter. Be blessed.